Good morning, students. In this class we are going to discuss about from Morphology of Flowering Plants chapter. An important subtopic is the inflorescence. Okay, first of all we'll tell you the definition for inflorescence. Have a look at the diagram. In this diagram, centrally there is a axis. On the axis flowers are arranged. Have you seen? Right? So let us see the definition for inflorescence. The arrangement of flowers on the floral axis is called as inflorescence. I repeat this definition once again. It is important for PU theory examinations for 1 marks category. The arrangement of flowers on the floral axis is called as inflorescence. Please make a note. Then, first of all, we'll tell you in this session some small introduction for inflorescence. So, arrangement of flowers on the main axis, right? So, first of all, what is meant by flower? A flower is a modified shoot. This is important for competitive examinations part. Please make a note. A flower is a modified shoot where in the shoot apical meristem changes to floral meristem. So internodes do not elongate on the floral axis and the axis gets condensed, and the apex produces different kinds of floral appendages laterally at the successive nodes instead of leaves. So instead of leaves it produces different floral appendages on the floral axis. Have you understood? So when a shoot tip transforms into a flower, it is always solitary. It means single. Lonely it is presented. And the inflorescence exhibits different characteristics. Depending on whether the apex gets converted into a flower or continues to grow, there are two types of inflorescences are present. So have you seen the another diagram here? This is peacock feathers flowers. This flower is example for racemose inflorescence. And the second type of inflorescence is cymose inflorescence. Okay, first I will explain racemose inflorescence. Racemose inflorescence is the main axis continues to grow. So the main axis is continuously growing in these plants with flowers. The flowers are borne laterally in an acropetal succession. Okay, see, this is also example for this diagram is also example for racemose inflorescence. On the floral axis, how the flowers are arranged? Flowers are arranged laterally. See the diagram very carefully, ma. Then acropetal succession. What is meant by acropetal succession? Please make a note. Acropetal succession means in the previous diagram we have a one observation in this diagram. See, all the new flowers, it means birds and everything, new flowers are presented at the top region, apex region, and the older flowers are present at the base region or bottom region. Can you see this diagram in this diagram very clearly? All the old flowers are present at the base region or bottom region. New flowers or birds are present at the apex region. It means tip region. This type of arrangement of flowers on the floral axis can be seen in the racemose inflorescence. The arrangement of flowers is known as acropetal succession. Understood? Now we'll tell you one more example for this racemose inflorescence. Now you are seeing cassia flower. This is also example for racemose inflorescence. Next, second type of inflorescence, cymose inflorescence. See the diagram on the screen. Then let us see the information regarding cymose inflorescence. In cymose type of inflorescence, the main axis is terminated into a flower. Have you seen the main axis is terminated as a flower? So the growth is reduced here. The growth of the floral axis is reduced here, opposite to racemose inflorescence. In racemose inflorescence, the main axis or the floral axis is keep on growing, continuing, but here in this cymose inflorescence, the floral axis or the main axis here, what's happening here, terminated into a flower. Hence it is limited in growth, right? Short in height. The flowers are borne in a basipetal order. What is meant by basipetal order? This is very important for competitive examination. Let's see. Basipetal order means all the new flowers are borne at the basal region, at the bottom region. See, birds are present at the basal region, nothing but new flowers are present at the base region, whereas the older flowers are present at the apex region or the top region. Understood? So this kind of cymose inflorescence can be seen in jasmine. Understood? So this is important information for cymose inflorescence. For 2 marks category or 3 marks category, they will give you differentiation question. Differentiate between racemose inflorescence and cymose inflorescence. Understood? So this is inflorescence. In previous class we had a discussion regarding flower and parts of the flower. Now I am going to explain another important concept, description of some important families. In that category, first I am going to explain Liliaceae family. So Liliaceae family having specific characteristics. What are the specific characteristics? Now you see on the screen different structures are present on the screen. So in this, the most important part I am going to explain general characteristics of Liliaceae family, commonly called the lily family. This Liliaceae family is commonly called as lily family. Why so? Because in this Liliaceae family, all lilies are arranged, included. Many different species of lily flowers are included in this lily flower. And even another example, Allium sapphire, commonly called as onion. This is also included in this Liliaceae family. That's why it is commonly called as lily family. See some characteristics of Liliaceae family. And these lilies and members of Liliaceae or belongs to monocotyledons, shortly called as monocots, under angiosperms. These are distributed worldwide. So throughout the world, wherever you go, you can able to find members of Liliaceae, different sizes, different colors. First, vegetative characteristics. They are perennial herbs with underground bulbs, corms and rhizomes. Okay, perennial herbs. What is meant by perennial herbs? Plants which grows more than 2 years called as perennials. Okay, with this context I would like to explain about annuals and biannuals also. Annuals which grows for 1 year. Such kind of plants are called as annual plants. Plants which grows more than 2 years are called as perennial flowers. Understood? So now these lilies are belongs to perennials. Of course, plants which grows more than 1 year are called as biannuals. Bi means 2. But these lily family members are not belongs to annuals and biannuals. That belongs to perennials. P-E-R-I-N-N-I-A-L, perennial. These perennial herbs are included in this Liliaceae family. They are generally herbs. Herbs in the sense which do not grow more than 2 feet in height. They are short in height. with underground bulbs or corms or rhizomes. Bulbs, you can take example Allium sapphire onion. Corms, you can take example this colocasia, one example. Next, rhizomes, you can take example ginger and turmeric. These are all included in this Liliaceae family. Hope you are following examples also, very important for competitive examinations. Next, let us see the characteristics of leaves. Mostly the leaves are present at the basal side, and the two alternate and linear and exstipulate also with parallel venation. So generally they are monocots, right? Monocots exhibits in the leaves these following characteristics. Mostly they are basal side present, alternatively present, and linear and exstipulate. It means stipules got disintegrated, known as exstipulate, and with parallel venation. So here all the veins are parallelly present in the leaves to one another. Such kind of venation is called as parallel venation. This kind of information we had a discussion in previous standards, right? So these are the general characteristics regarding leaves. Now I am going to explain about floral characteristics. In the floral characteristics category, first I am going to explain about inflorescence. About inflorescence, I would like to tell you few important points. Inflorescence is solitary. It means single inflorescence can be seen. Have you seen the diagram? In the diagram, the single inflorescence is present. It is nothing but B diagram inflorescence, right? Then that too, the type of inflorescence is cymose. Just now we had a discussion regarding types of inflorescence. Now this Liliaceae family consisting cymose type of inflorescence. Often umbellate clusters can be seen. Now you see C diagram, flower. So cluster as a bunch, as a group, flowers are present. That type of arrangement of flowers called as umbellate. Like umbrella, one big bunch can be seen in Liliaceae family members in the flowers. Single flower can be seen in this diagram, that is nothing but C diagram. Next, students, I am going to explain another important characteristic regarding flower. Flower is bisexual. Both androecium and gynoecium present within it. That's why this type of flower is called as bisexual flower. Next, actinomorphic. So what is meant by actinomorphic nature? Last time we had a discussion. Flower can be cut into two equal halves by if we pass a radial plane through the center portion of the flower in any direction, in any plane. So that is nothing but actinomorphic, right? Radial symmetry. Now another important floral characteristic I am going to explain, perianth. What is meant by perianth? In a flower where there is no differentiation in calyx and corolla, that type of phenomenon is called as perianth. So in this lilies and onions and ginger, turmeric and colocasia, etc., in these flowers we can't able to see the differentiation in calyx and corolla. Together present they are called as perianth. It can be indicated with the P, right? So now tapetals. What is meant by tapetals? So perianth consisting 6 tapetals. Tapetals means they are not having differentiation as a sepals and petals, together called as tapetals. So where there is no differentiation as a sepal, as a petal, where there are together present, they are called as tapetals. That type of nature can be seen in Liliaceae family. So tapetals are how many in number? They are 6 in number. 3 plus 3 arrangement, the two fused. So they should be in bracket. So in bracket we should present 3 plus 3. For fusing nature, Fused in nature can be indicated with a bracket. Next, often united into tube. Those flowers are often united into tube-like structures like in lilies. Valvate estivation. What type of estivation can be seen? Valvate. So where the sepals or petals are presented side by side, just attaches and present side by side, but not overlapping with each other. Understood? That type of estivation is called as valvate estivation. In previous class we had a discussion regarding types of estivations, right? Now another important floral characteristics I am going to explain. It is nothing but androecium. Androecium consisting stamens. So how many number? 16 number. 3 plus 3, and that too those are epipetalous. Last time we had a discussion. Please see the diagram number C. It means flower, where the stamens are attached to petals are called as epipetalous. Please make a note of this point in the notes. Define epipetalous, where the stamens are attached to petals called as epipetalous. Understood? How many number? How many stamens can be seen here? 3 plus 3 arrangement. Like the petals only 3 plus 3. Next, another floral characteristics. In that, the important part, it is nothing but gynoecium. Gynoecium is tricarpellate. Have you seen D diagram, floral diagram? In the floral diagram, centrally you could able to see ovary. In that, how many carpels are there? 3 carpels are there. Carpel means nothing but chamber. The chamber is also scientifically called as locule. So how many are there inside the diagram? There are 3 number. That's why called as 3 carpels. Next, syncarpous ovary, and ovary is superior. Superior ovary means we had a discussion in previous class, where the ovary is above on the thalamus, where the rest of the floral parts are presented below the ovary, since the ovary is called a superior ovary. Next, trilocular. Just now I said trilocular. So how many locules are present in the center? 3. Another name for locule, a chamber-like structure. How many in number? 3. That's why trilocular. You are following the diagram, I hope so. Next, with many ovules. There are many ovules are present at axial placentation. What is meant by axial placentation? Where the ovules are centrally presented, known as axial placentation. So now with this gynoecium is presented. Now another important floral characteristic I am going to explain: fruit. Fruit is capsule and rarely berry. Understood? Next, seed. Endospermous seed can be seen. It means some edible part is present in the seed. That's why called as endospermous seed. Next, floral formula. Very important part I am going to explain. Floral formula starts with the bracts. Bracts are present, that's why BR. Next, actinomorphic. Symbol, hospital symbol, clinic symbol, right? In this circle plus. Next, bisexual. Above arrow mark, below plus symbol to the O can be seen. Whereas both androecium and gynoecium are present within the same flower. Next, P. P stands for perianth. That too 3 plus 3. So tapetals are 6 in number, 3 plus 3 fused. Next, androecium. 6 stamens are present, 3 plus 3. Understood? So now these stamens are presented in the androecium. So these stamens are attached to perianth. So this nature is called as epipetalous. So androecium symbol is A, right? So a bar from A to P, from androecium to perianth. Perianth symbol is P, androecium symbol is A. From androecium to perianth, one bar should be drawn above. Why? Because stamens are attached to perianth. This phenomenon is called as epipetalous. Next, gynoecium. Gynoecium, how many locules, how many carpels are present? 3. That too, how they are present? Fused. That's why 3 should be within the bracket. Understood? So now another important event in this Liliaceae family, the last event, it is nothing but economic importance. Let us see. Many plants belongs to this family are good ornamentals. What is meant by ornamental category? They are useful for decoration. So that's why they are called as ornamental flowers. What are the examples for ornamental flowers? Like tulips. Might be you have seen tulips in Kashmir, which are having different colors. Very attractive in nature. Next, colchicine. The scientific name is Colchicum and Adentamenlae. And these two, apart from these two, some more examples are there. We'll tell you. Next, under ornamental category, let us see one by one. Tulips and gloriosa. These are having attractive petals. You are seeing on the screen, right? How the petals are present, very attractive with red and yellow, pink, violet colors. That's why they are used for decoration purpose. Understood? Next, sorts of medicine. Aloe vera. So this is useful in Ayurveda to prepare different kinds of medicines. Skin soap, skin ointments, soaps, and different cosmetics, face cosmetics. In all those, aloe vera can be useful in Ayurveda as a medicine. Next, vegetables category. Asparagus. So we just now we had a discussion in above statement, bulbs and corms and rhizomes. So these are all belongs to vegetables category only. So many examples are given here for vegetables category. Rhizomes like ginger, turmeric, corms like colocasia, and bulbs like onion. Scientific name Allium safa. These are all belongs to vegetables category. And colchicine, and this is one activated drug can be obtained from a plant, colchicum and autumnale. These are all the important economic importances under Liliaceae, included different plants. Understand? Now a very important family I am going to explain. Next one, Solanaceae. Solanaceae is large family commonly called as the potato family, and it is widely distributed in tropics, subtropics, and even temperate zones also. Understood? So because it is because of distribution, where it is distributed in tropics, subtropics, and temperate zones. Why it is commonly called as potato family? Because vegetable potato included in this family, that's why it is called as potato family. You know, potato is a vegetable which can be eatable to all the country peoples in the whole world. Next, vegetative characters. Plants mostly herbs, shrubs, and rarely small trees. Understood? Next, stem characteristics. Herbaceous, rarely woody, and aerial, erect. Next, cylindrical, branched in many plants, solid in many plants. Next, it is hollow in nature. Rarely it is hairy or garbaceous in nature. Hairy-like structures are present on the stem, that too hollow in nature, and glabrous. Next, underground stem in potato, scientific name Solanum tuberosum. So these are the few vegetative characteristics of the plant. Next, leaves. Leaves alternately presented on the axis. Simple leaves, rarely pinnately compound leaves, and exstipulate, and venation is reticulate venation because it is belongs to monocots, And in this monocots category, just now we had a discussion, Liaceae family members, but this Solanaceae family belongs to dicots. In this dicots, generally we are able to see reticulate venation, where the main vein is presented, mother vein is presented. From the mother vein, lateral veins and veinlets are arranged as a reticulate. That type of arrangement of veins in the leaf is called as reticulate venation, can be seen in dicots. Next, I would like to tell you floral characteristics. Inflorescence, first of all. Inflorescence is solitary, axillary, or even cymose, as in Solanum. So, here inflorescence is generally cymose inflorescence. In previous class, we had a discussion. What is meant by cymose inflorescence? In cymose inflorescence, we are seeing one important specific characteristics. New flowers are present at the base region, and next old flowers are present at the apex region or top region. Understood? So now a flower, bisexual flower. What is meant by bisexual flower? Where the androecium and gynoecium are present, that type of flowers are called as bisexual flowers. If either only androecium or gynoecium are present, that type of flowers are called as unisexual flowers. But Solanaceae family is bisexual flower. Within one single flower, both androecium and gynoecium are present. Next, actinomorphic. What is meant by actinomorphic? We can cut the flower into two equal halves by passing a radial plane across the flower through center portion. Then we can cut the flower into two equal halves in any direction. Next, one more important point here regarding calyx. Calyx included sepals that are 5 in number, united and persistent valvate estivation. If sepals are united, that type of phenomenon we had a discussion in previous class. Nothing but gamosepalous. Sepals are united. Next, another important point, persistent. What is meant by persistent? If they remain even after fertilization along with the fruit, called as persistency. That phenomenon is called as persistency. Sepals are called as persistent sepals. Example, brinjal. Have you seen brinjal fruit? Here you can see on the diagram, here the sepals can be seen green in color, and they remain to the fruit even after fertilization. Understood? We are eating even while preparing food items. Persistent sepals can be seen in brinjal. Even we can see in the chilies, we can see in the tomatoes also. Right? All belongs to vegetables category consisting persistency nature. Persistent sepals. Next, valvate estivation, where the sepals or petals are present side by side, attaching just but not overlapping. That type of estivation is called as valvate estivation. You can see in the diagram F in this diagram, which you can able to see on the screen. Next, you can see another important characteristics. It is nothing but corolla. It is diagram number B and C. Corolla included petals. They are 5 in number. Next, united. If the sepals are united, called as gamosepalous. If the petals are united, called as gamopetalous. Next, one more important point, valvate estivation. Here the petals are also exhibiting valvate estivation, just they're present side by side, touching with each other but not overlapping with each other. Next, another important characteristics under floral characteristics, it's nothing but androecium. Diagram number D on the screen. Please see. Next, androecium. Androecium consisting stamens, they are 5 in number. Epipetalous. Just now we had a discussion. If the stamens are attached to petals, called as epipetalous. Next, under floral characteristics, next important part is, it is nothing but gynoecium. On the screen, the diagram number is E. Understood? Gynoecium consisting bicarpellary syncarpus. So only 2 carpels are presented, that's why called as bicarpellary. Next, you can see in the diagram, in the floral structure, you can see very clearly in the center of the floral diagram, only 2 carpels are presented, that's why called as bicarpellary. They are reddish in color. Next, one more important point regarding carpels. And syncarpus, ovary superior and bilocular. How many locules are present? 2 locules are present. You can see in the diagram, it is reddish in color. In the floral diagram, only 2 locules are presented, called as bilocular. Next, placenta is in swollen nature with many ovules. Placenta is just swollen in nature with many ovules. Ovules are attached to placenta. You can see in the diagram, placenta is just like spherical in structure. It is nothing but swollen. To that placenta, ovules are attached. Understood? So next, another important characteristics under floral characteristics I am going to explain. It is nothing but fruits. Fruit is berry or capsule. Fruit is berry or capsule. Next, seeds. Seeds are endospermous seeds. It means edible part is present in the seeds. That's why called as endospermous seeds. There are many in number. Next, floral formula. Actinomorphic. You know the symbol for actinomorphic, right? What's the symbol for actinomorphic? Clinic symbol, doctor symbols. It means nothing but plus symbol must be within the 0 or circle. Next, bisexual in nature. Bisexual in nature means this flower consisting both androecium and gynoecium. That's why called as bisexual flower. How the symbol can be written? Above the O, arrow mark, below the O, plus symbol. Next, calyx. Calyx symbol is K. How many number? 5. And united. So 5 must be within the bracket. Next, corolla. 5 in number, fused, right? So that's why within the bracket 5 symbols must be. Next, androecium. Androecium must be A, and that too how many in number? 5 in number. So androecium consisting stamens. These stamens are attached to petals, called as epipetalous. Next, about gynoecium. Gynoecium symbol is G. The gynoecium is nothing but here superior ovary. Superior ovary symbol G. That too bar should be present below the G. Then carpels, how many number? 2 carpels. That's why below the G 2 in number. 2 must be within the bracket because carpels are fused. Understood? So this is floral formula. Next, the last event in this Solanaceae family in today's class, of course, it is nothing but economic importance. Many plants belonging to this family are source of food. What are those? Tomato, brinjal, potato, chilies, all these are food resources only, and they are included in this family, nothing but called as Solanaceae family. Might be you have seen tomato having persistent sepals, brinjal also having persistent sepals. Next, potato is underground stem, underground tuber, belongs to this category only. Next, another important food source, it is nothing but spices, chilies. Understood? Next, medicine resources, belladonna and ashwagandha, these are all medicine resources. Next, fumigatory, it means smoke or smoke emitting, it is nothing but called as tobacco, example. Next, ornamentals, which are useful for decoration purpose, they are called as ornamentals. Example, petunia. Petunia is example for ornamental category, belongs to Solanaceae family. So these are all different economic importance of Solanaceae family. Students, hope you understood these two families in today's class. So with this, we have completed retained syllabus of Morphology of Flowering Plants chapter. Hope you understood. Thank you one and all.